Determining the size of this shape comes into play when we look at first defining what this shape is, and this shape here is named based on this particular special angle here, which is measured to be 9 degrees perfectly. Therefore, this shape automatically is a type of triangle, which is called what? A right angle triangle. And definitely not because it is pointing to the right, but because the angle here is 90 degrees, which automatically is the largest angle among the other angles in this particular shape. And this largest angle creates the largest side because it is facing this side here, and this side, which is the largest side or longest side, is labeled as C, which is called the hypotenuse. And of course, I usually struggle spelling this particular word, but I finally found it on Google and I was like, yes, I got this word spelling right. And the other one here is based on the angle that is assigned, and so this here, let's assign this to be theta, which means that the side that is facing this angle is called here, labeled a variable, to be called the opposite side, and by default the adjacent side here is b, which is this line over here. And always, of course, by spelling, confused by putting an e instead of a, and now I got that spelling correct. So now you have this assigned, we need to determine the length of all these sides of a right angle triangle, and there is a special formula that you're going to use, and this formula will take your business here. We can dive into like how to derive the formula by looking at what the squares of each sides and all that fun stuff, but let's look at the formula closely here. It says that C, which is this side here, squared, which is the longest side, is equal to the sum of the square of A and the square of B. And so once you're able to look at this formula, you're like, this formula is familiar. It's called the Pythagorean Theorem. And so once you're able to recognize this, you can play around with numbers, and these numbers will give us special sides in terms of right angle triangle. And one of the special sides of a right angle triangle is the following numbers here, where we are going to assign our a to be what, where a is equal to 3, and let's assign our b to be equal to 4. The question says what is the value for c, and so by putting these values for the variables into this equation, we can check to see what the value for c is when c squared is equal to a is equal to 3. Now we apply the square, plus we have our 4 and we apply the square. Therefore 3 squared is equal to what, 9, plus we have 4 squared, which gives us 16. Take note that this is equal to c squared, and then the final next step is that we have a 9 plus 16, which gives us 25, and voila, by moving our square to the other side of the equal sign, it performs the square root of 25. Therefore c is equal to square root of 25, and this gives us the positive value to be 5. Therefore this here is a special right angle triangle alongside other special right angle triangles that you may have come across during your problem solving skills in math. So I hope you found this really informative. On our next video, we're going to look at how about you're given the hypotenuse and you're asked to determine either the opposite or adjacent if you're given the other side. See you on the next one. Stay smart as always and believe in yourselves.